श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधारी। बरनउँ रघुबर बिमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी। पुंतिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवारि सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुभेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारी रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि गुण गाए। रघुपति कीनी बहुत बड़ाई तुम बम प्रिय भरत ही संभाई। सहस बदन तुमरो जस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कौबिद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपत दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जोग सहस्त्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मैली मुख बाहि जलदि लागी गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सभारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु सत्य के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुभरे भजन राम को पावे, जदव जदव के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई। जो 7 बार पाठ करे कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होए सिद्ध साकी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। बाल सबे रवि भक्ष लियो, तब तीनहु लोक भयो अधियारो। ताहि सो त्रास भयो जग को, यह संकट काहू सो जात डाटारो। देवन आदि करि बेनती, देवन आदि करि बेनती। तब छाड़ दियो रवि कष्ट निहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाली की त्रास कपिस बसे, बाली की त्रास कपिस बसे। बाली की त्रास कपिस बसे, गिरि जात वहा प्रभु पत निहारो। चौकी बाहा बुद्धि शाप दियो, तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो। चौकी बाहा बुद्धि शाप दियो, तब चाहिए कौन विचार विचारो। क्वैद रूप लिवाया बाहा प्रभु, क्वैद रूप लिवाया बाहा प्रभु। सो तुम दास के शोक निवारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। अंगद के संग लेन गए, अंगद के संग लेन गए। सिय खोज कपिस ये बैन उचारो। जीविती ना बची हो हम, सो जुबेरा सुधी लाए इया पगुधारो। जीविती ना बचियो हम, सो जुबेरा सुधी लाए इया पगुधारो। हेरी टके टट सिद्धू सबे तब, हेरी टके टट सिद्धू सबे तब। लाए सिया सुधी प्राण उबारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण त्रास दही सिय को, सब राक्षसी सो कहे शोक निवारो। ताहि सबे हनुमान महाप्रभु, जाए बाहर जनिचर बारो। चाहत सिए अशोक सो आगे, चाहत सिए अशोक सो आगे। सुदे प्रभु मुद्रिका शोक निवारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में कपि, संकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बाण लग्यो उर लक्ष्मण के, तब प्राण तजे सुत रावण मारो। बाण लग्यो उर लक्ष्मण के, तब प्राण तजे सुत रावण मारो। ले ग्रहा वेद सुषेण समेत, तबे गिरि द्रोण सुबीर उपारो। ले ग्रहा वेद सुषेण समेत, तबे गिरि द्रोण सुबीर उपारो। आदि सजीवन हाथ दई तब, आदि सजीवन हाथ दई तब, लक्ष्मण के तुम प्राण उबारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। रावण युद्ध अचार कियो, तब नाग की फांस सबे सिर डालो। श्री रघुनाथ समेत सबे दल, मोह भयो यह संकट भारो। श्री रघुनाथ समेत सबे दल, मोह भयो यह संकट भारो। आदि खगेश तबे हनुमान, आदि खगेश तबे हनुमान, जो बंधन काटी सूत्रास निवारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। बंधु समेत जबे अहि रावण, बंधु समेत जबे अहि रावण, ले रघुनाथ पाताल सिधारो। देवी ही पूजी भली विधि सौ बलि, देहु सबे बेली मंत्र विचारो। देवी ही पूजी भली विधि सौ बल, देहु सबे बेली मंत्र विचारो। जाय सहाय भयो तब ही, जाय सहाय भयो तब ही, अहि रावण सैन्य समेत सभारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। काज किए बड़ देवन के तुम, वीर महाप्रभु देखी विचारो। काज किए बड़ देवन के तुम, वीर महाप्रभु देखी विचारो। कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को, जो तुम सो नहीं जात है टारो। कौन सो संकट मोर गरीब को, जो तुम सो नहीं जात है टारो। बैगी हरो हनुमान महाप्रभु, बैगी हरो हनुमान महाप्रभु, जो कछु संकट होए हमारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। कौन ही जानत है जग में, कपि सकट मोचन नाम तिहारो। लाल देह लाली लसे, अरुधरि लाल लगूर। बच देह दानव दलन, जय 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 कपिशूर। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योत अलौकिक, तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योति अलौकिक, तीनों लोकों में छाए रही है। भक्ति विवश एक प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। भक्ति विवश एक प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, बरसाने से बुलाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, सेवा को नित नेम हमारा। साध कराए वो वस्त्र ओढ़ाए, वो भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। स्नान कराए वो वस्त्र ओढ़ाए, वो भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। कब तेरी हारत आपकी ओर, कब तेरी हारत आपकी ओर, की आप हमारी और निहारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जानी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को जादी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को जादी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. So before we go on, just the Gita chanting we'll do at the end of the session. So a reminder that we are doing verses. We are doing verses Etar Hattu Vichhavi 35, 34 and 35. And it is a continuation and explanation of the previous verses also, where Arjun starts giving explanation for his behavior, for his reluctance to fight. So basically, verses 28, 29 and 30, Drishtve Bam Swajanam Krishna Yuyutsum Samupasthitam Sidati Vamagatrani Mukham Cha Parishusyati Vepatuscha Sharire Me Robaharshascha Jayate Gardivam Shramsate Hastat Tvakchaiva Paridhayate Nacha Shakno Vyavasthatum Brahmati Vacha Me Manah. So these three verses are giving the physical description, as in his throat is drying up, his body is trembling, the gardi, that is the bow, is falling off his hand, he is unable to stand, he's perspiring. So it is like a panic attack. All the symptoms of a panic attack have suddenly come in. And when did it start? This started when Sri Krishna just gently reminded that both sides of the army are Kuruvanshis. They are both his own blood relatives. So till he was detached to the situation, he was okay. But the minute he was reminded by Sri Krishna that what he is fighting against is his own, this kind of a reaction came forth, right? That was the physical reaction. And then he started giving explanation. So from verse 31, 32, 33, 34, 35 and so on, till verse 35 so far, which we have done, he is giving explanations for why he should not fight the battle and he should leave the battlefield. In fact, he does not want to be in sansar anymore. He just wants to leave everything and go. Right? So he goes on. He says, Nimitani cha pashyami vipritani keshava na cha shreyo nupashyami hatva swachana mahave. Right? All the omens are against me and I cannot kill my own swajan, or my own people. Then he says, Nakakshe vijayam Krishna na cha rajam sukhani cha kim no raje na govinda kim bhoger jivite nava. That I do not want, I do not desire glory, victory or any kingdom. Hastinapur nahi chahiye mujhe. And then he says, what is the point of having the kingdom and the glory and victory when the people who should be enjoying the benefits of the kingdom, that is his kith and clan and kith and kin and his clan and his grandchildren and children and his relatives, are no more alive to relish the fruits of the victory. Then he says, Yesha bharte kakshitam no rajya bhoga sukhani cha ta ime vastita yuddhe pranam styaktva dharani cha. Yesha bharte kakshitam no rajya bhoga sukhani cha. मेरे को कोई काक्षा नहीं है. I don't want rajya, I don't want any bhog, I don't want any sukh. Right? And just imagine, my dear ones are standing in front of me, Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, all those people who are so dear to me, ready to fight. Yes? So there he says, and then he starts naming each and every one. He says, Acharya pitarah putrastheva cha pitavaha Bhatula shvashura pautra shala sambandhi nastata. Acharya hai, pita hai, pautra hai, पुत्र है, पौत्र है, बाबा है, ससुर एंड साले है, संबंधी है, पिता बाहर खड़े हैं. So these are my relatives which are standing in front of me and they want to fight with me, right? But I do not want any bhog, any benefit. And then they say, etarhantu vichchame gnadopi madhusudana api trailokya rajasya heto kimnu pahi krite. Again, he is again justifying the same. See, again and again, he is giving explanations for the same thing, that I do not want to fight the battle, and all these are the answers to why. Now this is a monologue because Sri Krishna is not answering at all. He is not answering whatsoever. He is quiet. And so his quiet is making Arjun more anxious. And in his anxiety to get an answer as per what he wants. See, most of the times we are actually looking for a particular answer. So we are fetching an answer from a person. It is not that we give the person a liberty to answer as per his will. There is a certain point in mind and we want the other person to respond in a particular way. We want the other person to approve. So over here Arjun wants Sri Krishna to approve of what Arjun is saying. But Sri Krishna is not even smiling, not nodding, not indicating, not approving, not disapproving. He is just quiet. And when somebody is quiet, just imagine when you're talking to somebody, right? You are giving an explanation, or maybe you're having a fight, or you are criticizing, or actually you are appreciating. No matter what you're doing, if that person in front of you is sitting like a statue with no reactions on the face, what will happen? Your anxiety would increase. कि क्यों नहीं जवाब दे रहा है? What is it? And then you want to convince. Now what he's trying to do is convincing Sri Krishna. And he's giving example. पहले the omens, right? And then he's saying, so when he says, what is the point of victory and glory? I don't want any victory and glory. I don't have any desires. Plus, even if I fight for somebody else, what is the point for fighting when I don't have any desires and the person who are going to benefit from it will be no more? And who are the people I'm fighting? These are my blood relations. And then we saw that he says, Etar hantu michchami gnadopi madhusudana api trailokya rajasya heto kimnu mahi krite. These people want to destroy me, right? Let them. They are standing in front of me to destroy me, right? I don't want to fight even then. Even for the benefit or the kingdom of what are we fighting for? Mere Hastinapur? Mere land that we are fighting for on earth? Even if the entire kingdom of the three worlds, right? The three worlds, Bhu, Bhuva, Swa was given to me, yet I would not fight. This is just a mere piece of land, right? And there's a Nihatya Dharta Rashtrana Ka Priti Se Janardana Papa Beva Shraye Dasman Hatve Tana Tata Hinaha. Right? Ye apne kara liye. So we are on verse 34. So now, just imagine, he has given so many explanations. In verse 20, now again if we turn back to, yes, it's a revision, please turn back to verse 20. And it is nice to have a Gita book in front of you while you are listening to the Gita session. It will be easy. Verse 20 is where the Gita actually starts, right? And over here, Atha vyavasthita drishtva dharta rashtrad kapittvajah pravarte shastra sappate dhanurodya vyapardavaha Rishikesham tada vakya midabaha vahipate. Right? This is where it starts. And then he says, Senayor ubayor madhye ratham stapaya bechutam. So over here, just imagine the state of mind, the physical condition of Arjuna is very different. He's saying, let me do the direction, take me to the center, O Madhava. And he's saying, let me see who is willing to fight. And he is actually discriminating. He's in his elements to start a war, wage a successful war, a victorious war. He knows that he'll come out victorious and he has vengeance, he has hatred towards the other side. From verse 20 to there was a change when he reached, and then by the time he has reached verse 34, he is saying, no matter what, I'm not going to fight. He refuses. And we discussed in great depth what was the reason, right? We discussed in super depth as to what was the reason. So I would like to just summarize it in Shivanand Ji's words. The root of all evils, Shivanand Ji, Swami Shivanand Ji, in mind and its mysteries and control, he says, this verse, this paragraph, is actually describing the state of mind of Arjun and why he has reached this pitiable state. It is clearly saying, the wrong imagination that you are the body is the root of all evils, is the root of all pain also and agony, I would say. Through wrong thinking, you identify yourself with the body. Deha dhyasa arises. Deha buddhi, deha dhyasa, body consciousness. You are attached to the body. This is abhiman. Then mamta, minus arises. This is what happened, right? He was suddenly brought down to the body level by Sri Krishna. Now Sri Krishna did not bring him down. He just put him in a testing situation. And that is what God does to us. Now he says, let me put you in a testing situation and I will see how far you have reached. Isn't it? Only a test, a trial, a trying situation gets us to know how far are we. In a good situation, anybody can be calm and composed, isn't it? When you have surplus, most people are willing to give. But the true test comes when? The true test comes when you have none. When the situation around you is pitiable, and then how you react. It's a trying time. There is so much pressure on you. There is so much anxiety around you. And how do you react in that situation tells your true decorum. जब सब ग्रीन होता है ना, जब सब हरी होती है, सब खुश होते हैं. Everybody is polite, everybody is kind. But when the situation gets taxing, that is when the true, I would say your true level comes out. Level in how far have you reached in your spiritual journey. So if you want to actually analyze, so God gives us a lot of tests, especially the seekers. If you are a seeker of the Lord, He will put you through a lot of trials. See, people feel that if I am praying to God and I am doing a lot of bhakti and I am committed to God, life should be like, a walk, a path of butter, right? It should be so smooth. Aisa nahi hota. It is the other way around. The closer you get to God, the more the trials. The only difference is, even when there are trials, if your heart does not crumble, if your mouth does not complain, you are reaching somewhere. But the minute there is a prick and you shout ouch and you question why, then to bhai Delhi bahut dur hai. So this is what has happened to Arjun. A slight prick. Shri Krishna is mischievous, right? Arjun was full of himself. Ki I have control. Arjun was no less. Arjun had the power to control the direction of the wind, the speed of the wind. But see, you can control a lot of things outside of you. But the real strength is when you are able to control your own mind. यही तो एक पकड़ में नहीं आता ना. बाकी सब आप कंट्रोल कर लेते हो. लोगों को कंट्रोल कर लेते हो. लोगों को you can be, very, very vigilant about other people's mistakes. You can be very, very vigilant about other people's lapses. You can be very, very critical about everybody and every situation around you. Plus, you think that you can control everything around you. Yes, ye kar liya, wo kar liya, ye kar liya. But the one thing that you should control and is not in your control is your own mind. So Arjun is full of himself. He says, everything is, I can even control the speed of the wind. Let me see what will happen, full. Like the buffed up, he is going to fight the battle. And Krishna just pricked him. Bhai, to fill somebody with knowledge, ego has to come down. If you're sitting in front thinking that you know everything, or suppose you're sitting and listening to somebody to be critical, then there will be no learning. Only when you empty yourself and you sit down to understand and not to criticize, to understand and not to debate, to understand and not to assimilate it, not to answer, then only the learning will happen. So Arjun को अभी गीता सिखानी है श्री कृष्ण को. Until his ego comes down, how will he learn the entire Gita? So he is pricked. He is pricked. And this is what happens. Suddenly, he comes to Deha Buddhi. Because, see, one more thing that we have to understand about Arjun's situation is, through suppression, हठ योग कर लीजिए, तप कर लीजिए, you suppress your external needs, okay? Suppose, but internally, if there is still a desire, right? From outside you won't eat, but internally you crave for it. You have not done a good job. Desires are never killed from outside. They die a gradual death. How do they die a gradual death? They die a gradual, slow, natural death when you stop paying attention to them. And you divert your attention towards the higher. It's very simple. If you have a love for chocolates, you cannot constantly tell yourself, I would not have chocolates, right? Keep, no, मैं chocolate नहीं खाऊंगा, नहीं खाऊंगा, नहीं खाऊंगा, नहीं होगा, because you're suppressing something. The minute there will be opportunity, some weakness, some situation where you weaken, you will gobble up the chocolate. Instead, what would you do? Focus your attention on the higher. I have a sweet tooth. Chocolate is not good. Let me substitute it with jaggery. Gradually, your taste of chocolate changes to the taste of gradually. Without you knowing, the love for chocolate goes away. And slowly, you have to move away from jaggery also, because after all, अति तो सर्वत्र वर्जते है ना, वो भी इतना मीठा है, नहीं खाना है इतना. It's a science. So you do not face anything head on. So Arjun has done a lot of tapasya. He is tapasvi. क्या शक्ति नहीं है अर्जुन के अंदर. But now Shri Krishna is testing him. First, how do you react in such trying situations? See, is he calm and composed when the situation is not what he thought it is? And is his outcome, everything that is a result of what he is due to suppression or sublimation? So these things are being tested by Shri Krishna. But at that time, he goes down to Deha Buddhi, right? And then let's continue. I'll read it again. The erroneous image that you are the body is the root of all evil. Though wrong thinking, you identify yourself with the body, Dehabhasya arises. You are attached to the body. This is Abhiman. Mehu. Right? Then Babda, mindness arises. You identify yourself with your wife, children, house, etc. It is identification or attachment that brings about bondage, misery, and pain. You never wept when millions of Germans died in the war. Why? You never wept when millions of Syrians were dying. Why? Because there was no identification and attachment. But you weep profusely when just one son dies, one son of yours dies, or influence in the mind. One son of yours dies on account of attachment. The word mind produces wonderful influences in the mind. Note the difference in effect produced in the mind when you hear two sentences. Horse is dead. Okay? Think about it and please test yourself. This is not a scripture to be heard and it's a good thing to hear. No. जब तक आप मनन नहीं करेंगे, स्वाध्याय नहीं करेंगे, Gita is not going to come to you. It is a study. It is a study and let's take it as a study. Right? So when you're doing Gita, kindly sit with a pen, sit with a paper, sit with your Gita book. Whenever we are flipping pages, flip from shlok to shlok, make notes. It is essential to understand Gita. And if we do not understand chapter 1, the rest of the chapters would not appeal to us. So he says, now, when you hear two sentences, note the difference in effect produced in the mind when you hear the two sentences. Horse is dead and my horse is dead. The emotions, the reaction will change. जैसे वो माय आया ना, जैसे this is what happened to Arjun. The minute Krishna said, it's all yours, and Arjun said, this is mine, देह बुद्धि से काम करोगे तो ऐसा ही होगा. सोचिए. And the body becomes your slave when you have conquered the mind. But till you conquer the mind, we are the slaves of the mind. This is very, very, very attention. Our body is in the control of the mind. Minds being very little developed, they live on Anyamaya Kosha, physical level. Everything is physical for us. So far, we understood what Arjun is going through from a very gross level. Right? Like this. कि उसके रिश्तेदार खड़े हैं, his relatives are there, kith and kin is there. Attachment is the cause. Now last week we said, we are going to look at it from a different perspective. Today, and in a few coming sessions, we are going to give a different twist to it. And with this, I'll give you 2-3 examples to analyze over the week. Have you seen a spider's web? Now what we are doing is analyzing it from the spiritual aspect. Right? These verses, what this dilemma is in the spiritual realm. When we are talking about the spiritual realm, we are talking about what is happening within. Now, it is not a battle of Kurukshetra outside. We are taking it within. The battle of Kurukshetra is within us. All the vices, all the desires are the Kaurava army. Virtues are the Pandava army. Think about it like that. Sri Hari, Krishna is the witness. Sochi. So this battle, this dilemma is going on within. Right? The battle between the good and the bad, you might say. Right? Different vrittis here. So these are the battle between different vrittis. And what Arjun is doing right now, and what most of us do in such trying situations are, we resist. Right? We resist. What Arjun did is, he's resisting. Have you seen a spider's web? Yeah. It's suppose an insect gets stuck in the spider's web. What happens? He wiggles. The more he wiggles, suppose it's a fly, it's stuck, okay? Its leg gets stuck. It's very sticky. The spider's web is very sticky. And your leg got stuck there. And you start wiggling. The fly starts wiggling. Then the wings get stuck. The other wing gets stuck. So much so, the more it wiggles, the more it tries to get free, it gets further entangled, further stuck with that sticky substance or the spider's web. Doesn't it happen? Right? Now, second scenario. When we talk about quicksand, again, the same thing happens, isn't it? If in the quicksand you're put in, right? And what does a person do? Person resists, because he's sinking, and he resists. He starts moving. The harder he moves, the more he resists, the more he tries to come out, the more he questions. What happens is he sinks further. Doesn't he? Doesn't he? Yes. This is what happens to all of us in our spiritual journey. Arjun is resisting over here. What is Arjun resisting? Arjun is reluctant. Arjun is questioning. Arjun is resisting. Arjun wants answers. Now, what kind of answers does Arjun want? Arjun wants the answers as per his own interest. He wants to listen to a particular thing. He's fetching for a particular answer from Shri Krishna. And think about it. That is what we do. When we spiritually walk on the path, or when we start looking at the world from that perspective, we start thinking, isn't it? And when we are thinking with this mind, which has a very limited capacity, we seek answers, right? We say, I'm analyzing, I'm doing this, I seek answers, I seek answers. Your brain does not have the capacity to understand the cosmos, the creator. And that with that limited understanding, with those limited tendencies, with what you see, you want the answer in that very way, right? But the answer is beyond. The answer is very different. Now Shri Krishna is not answering because ek to he is wiggling so much. So the more he resists, what is he resisting? He is resisting one desire, because now we are not looking at it from the physical perspective. One desire after another desire be eliminated. It happens because, but if you start realizing that one desire after another vice, after one thing is getting eliminated, there might be a point where there will be a sudden vacuum, right? And then you will think, look at him, you will think that if there are no desires to enjoy, right? If I do not even seek anything, I don't desire anything, what is the point? Because even when I go to heaven, I would not be able to relish, because our understanding of the higher realms is confined to our understanding of our senses and our sense pleasures. So we equate it. Now various arguments are being given कि मुझे त्रैलोक का सुख भी नहीं चाहिए, because what will happen if all my desires over here are wiped out? If I become desireless, how will I enjoy the higher realms? Not knowing that probably the true definition of enjoyment is not what are being seeked by our senses. What we understand of enjoyment probably is flawed. But there is a resistance over there. There is again another resistance. He is saying, I do not want to let go of desires. What if today I slog, I walk on the path, and then I realize आगे तो कुछ मिला ही नहीं, right? You have left everything here, and there is no surety there will be anything to gain. So again, there is a resistance. He is saying that if I keep walking on the path, I give up on everything. See, there are so many, like I give up on one thing after another. What is the surety that there is something at the end of the road? Many are seekers. And now Arjun is not an ordinary sadhak. To be very honest, none of us are ordinary sadhaks. If we have got this human birth, we have done a lot of tapasya. वो बात और है कि हम भूल गए और भटक गए हैं, पर ये नर्तन इतनी आसानी से मिलता नहीं है. It is an outcome of a lot of tapasya, a lot of sadhana. And what we are doing, we are not realizing that because of all that we have got this, and now we are negating. Now we are arguing based on false rationals of the devotees' sense-enslaved reasons. Now over here, this Gita, Sri Paramahansa Yoganandaji's Gita beautifully calls it false rationalizations of the devotees' sense-enslaved reasons. We do that. When somebody says कि give up this, मतलब ज़रूरी नहीं है, then we say no, what is the point? And we justify to ourselves that we are doing the right thing. Very simple example. See, nobody is asking you to give up anything over here in this world. Most of our sages were grihas, and people like Raja Janak were Maharishis. What did they not have and what did they give up? What we are trying to give up in this journey of life is being bound. Very simply and very liberally used. It is, are you using your things or your things are using you? Try to understand this. A man was walking with his bull. right? And the bull was actually, he was holding to the latch, right? जो गले में बंधा हुआ था पट्टा, and he was holding to it and he was walking with the bull. And somebody asked him, who is pulling whom? Because the sight was such that although that man felt that I am controlling the bull, but actually the bull was controlling him because the bull was pulling him. But the man did not realize it. Because he had the latch, he thought, I am in control and the bull is pulling me. I am not, no, so I am pulling the bull and I am walking the bull. But it was totally the other way around. The bull was actually walking the man. And while talking and justifying that, no, I am controlling the bull, by mistake, the latch, that he was holding on to, went away. He let go of it. And the minute he let go of it, the bull started running. And the bull started running in one direction. The man left everything and he started chasing the bull, saying, hey, come back, where are you going? Where are you going? This proves that it was not the bull who was following the man. It was the man who was following the bull. The bull was controlling the man. हमारे साथ में भी ऐसा ही होता है. It is not the things around us, the people around, the material things around us control us. We don't drive a car, the car drives us. Please make a list. Please take introspect and be honest. That is what. Over here, Yogananda is saying the false rationalizations of the devotee sense enslaved reasons. It's like a hit on us. And then he also says irrationality of not seeking cosmic consciousness. Now the second thing is, he says there are 100,000 reasons why we feel and why we justify and we say that this path is not for us. So many reasons, right? Arjun is giving one reason or after another. He's saying even if these desires, now instead of thinking of what he's talking about as people, the Kauravas, we are taking them to be desires or vices. He's saying even if these desires kill me, I do not want to let go of them. Right? Even if I have to forego the later pleasures of the three worlds or the cosmic consciousness, I do not want to go and let go of them. Why? There are various reasons. Now, see, we nurture a lot of things, right? We'll say, this is what has made me what I am. This passion, this thing, this, all that I am is because of so and so. And then we start justifying our attachments as love. We start justifying our possessions as need. We start justifying our wants as needs. We do that very often. When you start discussing with somebody, the certain person will slap back and say, ज़रूरी है, बहुत ज़रूरी है. We have to care. We have to secure our future. Agreed. See, human beings are the only people who tend to themselves. The plant does not eat his own fruit. The river does not drink his own water. Sochiye. The sun shines for all of us. In nature, the bees, they make so much honey, we consume it. But humans, they live for themselves. And they justify it also. What is it? What is it called? False rationalization of devotees' sense-enslaved reasons. That is what Arjuna is doing. He's saying, I don't care. I don't want the cosmic consciousness. I do not want liberation. I do not want moksha. I do not want to walk on this path. I do not care if there is anything beyond it. Jo kuएं का बैठक होता है ना, he says, I am very happy being in my kuwa. I don't care if there is a world that exists beyond it. That is what Arjuna is doing. If somebody tells him, get out of the well, you do not know there is such a lush green pasture. There are mountains, snow-capped mountains. It is so beautiful outside. Come, I'll show it to you. But the frog says, no, I am happy. I am happy in my small, dark, damp well. Kya kare? So Arjuna is again justifying. Justifying what? Not giving up any of his desires, not giving up his sense comforts right now, not giving up his wants. Make a note. See, Make a note, analyze, self-analysis. Chapter 1 is self-analysis. Make a note. What do I really need in life? And what I am doing, is it actually catering to my need or my want? Very simple answers. So once we start writing all these things, we will come face to face with what is reality and what is falsification of the reality. Why are we always willing to forego the cosmic bliss? Because we are scared. Arjun is scared. He says, "O my divine soul, destroyer of all difficulties, though these sense desires may try to destroy my spiritual life with their temptations, still I do not wish to slay them, even if by doing so I would obtain the dominion of the three worlds." नहीं चाहिए मुझे अपि त्रैलोक्य राज्यस्य हेतु किम नु मही कृते. Think about it. What strange happiness could be expected by destroying material desires and the other offsprings of blind sense mind? What is the benefit? Let's eat, enjoy and be merry. कल किसने देखा? What is there after life? Who knows? These kind of questions keep coming to our mind. Why austerities? Why penance? Why tapas? Why sadhana? What is the use? Why not amass wealth? Why not enjoy my senses? And many people say it ना, भगवान ने enjoy करने के लिए ही दिया है. अरे भाई, भगवान ने आपको आगे बांटने के लिए भी तो दिया हो सकता है ना? नहीं. If God has given us, we should enjoy. We should value the wealth that He has given us. We argue. So today think. And one more thing I would like to leave you with today is the thought is that we seek answers as per our limited understanding. Okay? There was this person who was totally spiritual. He was totally in the path. He would get up every morning at 3 o'clock, meditate, calm his mind down, and every day he would pray, meditate, sit in meditation, and he would always seek. He said, God, give me a sign. God, give me a sign. God, give me a sign. And day after day after day, months went by, years went by. As per his knowledge, as per his understanding, there was no sign. So this mind, like, the mind who's telling Arjun, now suddenly Arjun is in control of his mind, right? The mind is telling this person, why carry on with your spiritual journey? Why carry on with your mental meditation? Why, like it is telling Arjun, why carry on with the battle? What is the benefit? Right? आगे तो loss ही loss दिख रहा है. So this mind would try to convince this sadhak to stop his meditation. But this person, he was still persistent. His mind would, nag him, saying that stop this meditation. But this person would persistently continue. Till one day, the mind got the better of him. And he decided not to get up in the morning at 3 because there were no signs according to him. And he decided to sleep on. And when he is sleeping, when he had stopped meditating, stopped getting up, stopped pursuing the path, because he had been convinced by the mind or he had been hijacked by his mind. He had a dream, and in his dream came an angel, and the angel asked this person, why did you stop? Why did you stop meditating? Why did you stop pursuing? Why did you stop walking? And this man said, it has been years and I have been asking for a sign. But God gave me no sign. Hence I stopped. The angel said, oh my child, the pull you had towards the Lord, the pull you had towards reality, the pull you had to know the truth was the sign. Was the sign. अब मोहे माँ भा भरोसा हनुमंता, बिनु हरि कृपा मिले ही नहीं संता. This jigyasa, this path, this listening to the Gita does not come if it is not Prabhu's ichha. It is not Prabhu's will. So this is a sign. This is the divine intervention. This is the divine. He's talking to you. Why did you stop? And many are seekers put down, like Arjun, put down that bow and arrow. रख देते, अब नहीं होगा भाई. We would rather enjoy our desires than seek the Lord's world. This is what these verses are trying to explain. We will continue because there's so much. Gita is beyond the superficial. It is very deep. It is deep rooted in the science of knowing the self. And that is how we need to understand the Gita. Jai Shri Krishna. Today we have overshot. So we'll quickly chant the Gita and close the class. What I would request is make notes, introspect, write points, understand. Along with analyzing the verses, we need to analyze ourselves. Gita is a human manual, isn't it? The manual of the human being. Chali, we'll just chant 35 verses and close the class. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः. अर्जुन विषाद योगः. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः. मामकः पाण्डवाश्चैव किम कुर्वत सञ्जय. सञ्जय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा. आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनं ब्रवीत्. पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणां माचार्यमहतीं च मूं. व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता. अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमायुधि. युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः. धृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान्. पुरुजित्कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः. युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्त उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान्. सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोध द्विजोत्तम. नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते. भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः. अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च. अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः. नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः. अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं. पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम्. अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः. भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. तस्य सञ्जनयन हर्षं कुरु वृद्धः पितामहः. सिंहनादं विनद्योचैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्. ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत्। ततः श्वैतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः पाञ्चजन्यं हृषीकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दद्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः धृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकिश्चापराजितः द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खान् दद्मुः पृथक् पृथक् सघोषोधार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत् नभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलो व्यनुनादयन् अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यं मिदमाह महीपते। अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यं स्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः। सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्तो हृषीकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमं भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महेक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति तत्रापश्यत् स्थितान् पार्थः पितॄन्नथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा श्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्षस्य स कौन्तेयः सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया पर्याविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्। अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितां सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपतुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाढीवं श्रंसते हस्ता त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः निमित्तानि च पश्यामि विपरीतानि केशव न च श्रेयोनुपश्यामि हत्वा स्वजनमाहवे न काङ्क्षे विजयं कृष्ण न च राज्यं सुखानि च किं नो राजेन गोविन्द किं भोगैर्जीवितेन वा येषामर्थिकाङ्क्षितं नो राज्यं भोगः सुखानि च त इमेव स्थिता युद्धे प्राणां त्यक्त्वा धनानि च आचार्यः पितरः पुत्रस्थेव च पितामहाः मातुलः श्वशुरा पौत्राः शालासम्बन्धिनस्तथा एतान् हन्तुमिच्छामि घ्नतोऽपि मधुसूदन अपि त्रैलोक्यराजस्य राज्यस्य हेतो किं नु मही कृते। ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अर्जुनविषादयोगो नाम प्रथमोऽध्यायः। हरि ओम। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। श्रीकृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। श्रीकृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की। बोलो बजरंग बली की जय। जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय श्री